How old is Merlin? Of all the questions that I have on this list, this has to be the easiest question to answer. Merlin is 15 years old, but he's not the been there, done that, got the t-shirt kind of horse. He still has a lot to learn. What color set for Merlin? Merlin's colors are Slytherin house colors, so silver and green. What discipline are you planning with him? Eventing, but until he and I learn to jump, I plan to do things like mounted archery and other medieval mounted games. Why did you pick the name Merlin? Besides Merlin being a well-known good Slytherin wizard from the Harry Potter fandom, I am a huge fan of the King Arthur stories, which means I love the BBC series Adventures of Merlin. Was pretty disappointed to find out that there wouldn't be another season. What are you thinking will be the most difficult thing to work on with Merlin? The most difficult thing for sure right now is his gait transitions. Being a Morgan, he is semi-gated, so he has this odd gait between his trot and his canter, and it's a pain to get him to pick up his canter lead. Are horses your favorite animal, or is there another preferred one? Horses are just one of the many animals I have come to love. I don't per se have a top favorite animal overall, but if we were to talk about sea creature wise, dolphins are my favorite. I was fortunate enough for my senior year trip, I got to swim with the dolphins at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. What are you most looking forward to when working with Merlin? Learning to jump, teaching him to jump, jumping in general. Because he was overused on barrel racing, he hates it, so there's no point in me trying to force him to do something he doesn't like and I'm not very interested in. Second of all, I would have to say I'm super excited to introduce him to the mounted archery equipment because he is so calm and so chill with everything going on around him. We have found nothing that he spooks at. What's your main goal with Merlin? Besides wanting to teach him eventing, I really want to help him grow into a confident horse and be the best that he can be while trusting me as a rider. What's the story behind you and Merlin? This is kind of a long story, and I plan to make one more in detail a little bit later on, but here's just a little summary of how I found Merlin. I actually found Merlin on KSL while I was still looking at several other horses to call and try on. At first, when I called about Merlin, I never got an answer, so I had crossed him off my list. But a little later, I decided to call back and ended up getting a hold of his owner at the time. He was known as Rocky then, and after some planning, we had set up a meeting up in Eagle Mountain where I would go out and try him. There were several setbacks that followed after setting up the trial ride. Before I even found him, I had arranged for Merlin to live with my mom's horse at my grandparents' house. But unfortunately, she backed out twice on me, including the day before I went to see him. But if getting him was meant to happen, then a way would present itself, and it did. My boyfriend offered to help me with the initial boarding for Merlin, which allowed me to get him. It wasn't an easy process, and there were many ups and downs during that week, but it was totally worth it. How long have you been riding? Later, I might do a more in-depth story on me and riding and how it's been a part of my life, but the short form is I've been riding consistently for about 3 years, but horses have always been a part of my life. Since my mom owned horses before I was born, they were kind of just always there. Her horse was actually the first horse I ever learned how to ride on, even if it was just walking in a circle. Things in real life riding that you think should be added into SSO. If I had to pick something from real riding to be added into Star Stable, I would probably say more varied styles of riding, besides just English and Western, because there are many different styles of riding. I think maybe medieval styles of riding and saddles would be a cool addition. Who are all your animals? I have in total worked with over 100 animals due to my 10 or so years with a non-profit animal rescue. But sadly, you can't own them all, so I figured I'd start in the order of each animal that arrived into my actual family. First up is Dalamar, a 26 or 27-year-old Polish-Russian line flea-bitten gray Arabian stallion. My mom has owned Dalamar since he was a 2-year-old. so he's been here since quite before I was born. Dalamar is the first horse I ever rode on. Next we have Buddha, a 16-year-old green-eyed black cat. She was my first ever pet as a child, and I wanted to rename her, but I was told she was too old to have a name change, but that didn't stop me from giving her a full name. In the end, I named her a Buddha Elizabeth Pest, and called her Budapest for short because of how talky she was. Next, enter Sala, a bottle baby foster kitten that came to us with 4 others. He was always playing around with a long-haired tabby kitten we named Indy after the Indiana Jones character, as we first thought Indy was a male. And they seemed to be partners in crime, so it fit really well. But after finding out it was a girl, we just called her Indy for short over Indiana. Salah's full name, such as the character himself, is Salah Mohammed Faisal El-Kahir. After that, we have SSO, named after the assassin in Assassin's Creed. He's about a year old now and a tabby cat. He is my boyfriend's kitten, but he's lived with me for quite a while, so he's kind of my kitten too. Next we have Oliver, my lovable black and tan, more like gold, golden shepherd. He'll be 2 on Thanksgiving. Oliver, or Ollie as I like to call him, is a psychiatric and mobility service dog in training. He loves going with us to the stables to see Merlin and Dalamar. He gets very upset if we leave him in the car. Finally, we have Merlin, my 15-year-old seal brown grade Morgan gelded. Grade meaning no papers. Merlin is the newest addition, but a much-loved one. He is a big cuddler and loves attention. When you hug him and snuggle up to him, it's like snuggling into a black bear because his coat is so fluffy. Wanted to thank you guys for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video, and it taught me a couple of new things about my video editor, so I hope to post more videos for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you follow all of my social media handles. Yes, there are a lot. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!